Hatton, fighting out of Manchester, United Kingdom, one of the most beloved fighters in English boxing history. Fernando Vargas. Here comes an absolute legend out of Oxnard, California. Who could forget his battles in the 90s with the best of the best in his division?
If this fighter knows how to use that reach, this is going to be a shut night.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, introducing from Manchester, England, a popular and exciting junior welterweight and welterweight champion of the world, Ricky Hitman Hatton. Fighting out of the blue corner, the amateur grade from Oxnard, California, introducing the two-time champion of the world, El Feroz, Fernando Vargas.
What a pleasure it is to be here in this environment. What a venue for this showdown.
This is one of those arenas where you have to fight or you're going to be found wanting.
Under the bright lights here for this one, really good matchup, and we're hoping for a really good fight. These athletes have been waiting a long time to square off. Here we go. Good one. Catch and shoot. They can't get out of the way of that straight. So much pre-hype surrounding this fight. The fans are on the edge of their seats.
It's so hot, so heated, there's a roof on here, you don't understand. When you're working, when the noise is there, the pressure's on your face, you're sweating, and you're getting you're on the wrong side of a beating. This can be hellfire on you.
And he misses with that jab. Ricky Hatton has been clipped. Keeping those gloves up, the guard high, paying dividends as it seems that moment of trouble has passed.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Good counter punch. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. This is not good news for Ricky Hatton. Let's talk about Hatton in that last round. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something special. This fighter needs to turn the tables in this next round.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what, next round, you're getting it. You're going to get it. Kitchen sink.
That's it. Start sticking a few body shots in there. You got to go back out there and win this round.
There's the bell for round two. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Good counter punch. Timing beats speed. Speed beats power. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. That jab was blocked. This fighter has been described as a swarmer, that fighter who attempts to overwhelm their opponent by applying constant pressure.
You are fighting the swarmer. Be smart, be sharp, concentrate, but you've got to be confident. Do not dance his dance, because that swarmer, once you do that, you're giving the man a chance that shouldn't have that.
The winner of this surely will get a world title shot. He fails to score with that left hook. One punch could change anything when these two step in the ring. The hitman, Ricky Hatton, goes to the canvas. I don't care how good your chin is. A punch like that, and you're going down.
Where did that come from? What a shot. 1, 2, 3, 4. You are ready.
Let's talk about Hatton in that last round. He's been knocked down, but at least not knocked out yet.
I love the response, though. Got back up, took a deep breath, thought, right, brush it off, get on with the job.
Great round now. Relax. Relax. You're switching off, and you're starting to make mistakes. I need to go back out, power shots. Good work. Don't forget the jab. Don't get carried away. Think about back out there.
The bell rings, and we start the third. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
What a knockdown. 1 minute, you need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
This counter-puncher is going to wait for you to move first, and then will strike like a snake. Keep an eye on this guy.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be honest. You've got to be honest. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
Nice exchange here from both men. The bravery being shown here is just incredible. And Vargas now stumbling backwards. Looks like trouble was averted.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. That could never happen.
This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Skills for skill. Tap for tap. It's like a match made in heaven.
Failing to score with that right hook. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Hatton in that last round. What would you tell this guy? He's got to do something different.
Wow, it's like 2 different leagues.
Just get your shots off and don't give him anything. Nice round, good round. I like it. I'm happy. Good man. Listen, don't worry about it. You've done all that work much. Keep doing what you're doing. The gaps will appear. You got to get out there, switch on, and get your boxing back together. Don't worry about that round. Don't worry about that round. Let's just get out there and let's reset. Forget about the round. Great round. Don't be looking at the one shot at a time. Good. Get your mind back on the job. There's a not getting back up. Good work at that kid. That jab's looking nice. Let him back into the fight. You're not even in the same league as him.
Here we go to the 4th round. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
think of holding on here for a minute. Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? Can't score with that hook again. Some real good back and forth between these two fighters.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Perfect counter shot. Just missed with that hook. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Whoa, Vargas! Is he about to go down? A much better game plan here.
Bean Days now needs to steady the pace.
Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Hatton in that last round. I promise you, all three judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who.
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
Okay, now you're switching off. Get your mind back on the job. That right hand's beautiful. That's it. Just start working a few body shots in there. Right. You're way better than this guy. You're way better. Just go on. Don't let him back in or anything. Don't give him no free shots. Be smart. Just the same again. Don't change too much. Just keep doing what you're doing. The gaps will appear. You were thinking, mind back on the job, get back out there and win the round. And don't forget the jab, and don't get carried away. Think about your defense. You gotta get out there and win this round, kid.
Time for the fifth round. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Clean jab. Blocks that left hook. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Good counter punching. Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. That hook is parried away. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Hatton in that last round. He is down big time on the score.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second, every minute of this round is important. You cannot afford to lose it.
I love it. That jab slick. The end of your jab, and then start gathering your pace and get your momentum back. And that right hand's beautiful. Beautiful. That's it. Start sticking a few. You done all that work in jab.
This is the beginning of round 6. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighters.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim and go for speed.
Oh my, can Vargas get back up? Wow, that seemed to be the punch he was looking for. Let's watch it again.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you continue?
So this was an unexpected turn of events. What happens next?
He's up, but for how long? Look at her. On the heels. Look at there's nothing there. There's no defense. The eyes are glazed. He just takes one more clear shot. A clean one. Then he's out of there.
Need to pick things up here in the second half of the round.
It's that forever hope. Remember the fights at Evander Holyfield? He could be behind on points up until the last 10 seconds, but he's fighting like he's going to pull it back. That's the kind of hope we need to see.
Ricky Hatton right now not where he wants to be. Ricky Hatton couldn't take anymore, and down he goes. He caught him with that body shot, and it froze him in his tracks. Look at this again.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Give me your breath.
One round, 2 knockdowns, each by a different fighter.
Absolutely crazy.
Terrible round that was. Come on. You let him back into the fight. You're much better than that, Doc. Don't worry, that's it. Now breathe. Breathe. Just get your breath. Get your boxer back together. Go back out.
And there's the bell for round 7. Both fighters went to the canvas last round. What are we going to see here?
One fighter got knocked down earlier, got back up again to knock him down. How are they going to walk back out of this into the next round?
Not a lot of defense here at all. You'd like to see more jabs. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
Ooh, is this the beginning of the end of Vargas? And it appears they weathered the storm. How? I'm not sure.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
And Vargas just got clipped hard. Disaster averted.
Now they've got to wake up, they've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Fernando Vargas in that last round. Now you start wondering how much work these two fighters did in the gym.
You cannot gas out. If you prepared right, slept right, ate right, and did everything right for this fight, you have no excuse for gassing out.
Don't want you to load up. Don't be looking for that one shot or anything.
Forget about that round. It was a bad round. But we don't care already.
Just make sure.
And they're back at it again here in round 8. Was 1 minute enough time for them to recover after what we saw last round?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Parries that jab away. Are we about to see Ricky Hatton go down? Down goes the hitman. What a knockout headshot. Let's watch it again. And they knew it when they threw it.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. You're out.
Not many people would have predicted it, but we've got a knockout victory.
Oh, what a shot. What a shot. You see shots like that in the gym. At least for once, this is on TV. Thousands around the world saw that shot. They probably even heard it.